Hi everyone, welcome to Colouring with Kate and thank you for joining me today. So in this video I'm going to share my WIPs and completed pages for August 2025, and yeah, I didn't get as many done as I wanted to. I don't know what it was. I have been fairly busy even though it's been the holidays, so there was no work to contend with, although there was results day twice in the month, which I was involved with. So yeah, I had stuff going on as well. So yeah, like I did 7 pages, but if you count the two doubles, then that would be 9 pages, which is really around average for me. So yeah, let's get started. And I am hoping to get a colour and chat out soon, just to update you with I suppose the colouring channel as well, so yeah. So anyway, enough of that and let's get started. So I'll just put these books to the side and we'll start with the long-term project book, which is the Pictura Monster Party, Alexei Bitskov's lovely Pictura book. So I have, well, the bit that I did was this. I sort of completed this panel here. Now I've only got 2 left, which is really good. So just that, and then I don't think I'll be completely complete because I still need to go back on all these other panels and add my finishing touches, like for example adding gel pen in places, adding sparkle and all that. Now I just want to try to show you the full thing, because I'm going to move these books right there to the back and then show you it, so if I can, because obviously I can't get the whole thing on camera. So there's all of this that I have done so far. So actually I'm quite pleased. I mean, it is a year-long thing, isn't it? So I'm hoping to get it done before the year is out, or before, so I can start another project. But yes, I've done what, 6 panels, which is quite good, and this was the one that I worked on mainly in August and managed to finish that. So I'm hoping to work on this bit. If I don't get it completed, this whole panel, in September, then that's still okay. So yeah, I usually use alcohol marker on this, and give you a close-up, as you can see, some gel pen, and I tried to do a little bit of gel pen blending there, pencil, what else, alcohol marker, gel pens, sparkly and matte ones, and then I use other things as well, like the Spectrum Noir flip markers, I think here, that's what I recognise that as, some glazed pens, shading with pencils, even watercolour pencils really. I mean, it's really good paper, this is like card, so you can pretty much use what you like. So that's what I really like about the Pictura books. So that's that one. Continue with that hopefully next month. And then Tiny Year, of course. I've kept up with this quite well, you know, for the monthly shelf pages. The only one I haven't done is June, due to the difficulties that I had that month. I do want to go back to this and finish it, because it'd be nice to finish the whole book. But let's get to August. So this is the August page, and I'm quite pleased with it. I used is that paint? I'm not even sure if that's paint or it could be the Super Golden markers. I think it might be the Super Golden markers. Yeah, looks like them. And then glaze pen, let's see actually from what I've written down. Pan pastel in the background, I find the easiest to use on here. And then I used Mod Podge Sparkle over it. Sakura fluorescent gel pens. Where did I use those? Sakura. Right, okay, so those were trying to find where I've used them. I suppose in odd places. But yeah, the Sakura fluorescent gel pens. Oh, actually, I know. Here, look, you know the dots in the background. There. Don't know if you can see them there in the background. But I use some pink and yellow dots in places. I hope the colours are quite saturated and not washed out, because I did have one comment about the light being too bright. So I have tried to alter it a little bit. But I don't want it to be too dark as well. So it's really difficult to get the balance right. So Super Golden markers, Langua gel pens, of course, they're brilliant. Polychromos, Derwent Lightfast, Brute Funa Macron, Artex pencils, Ohuhu pencils, Woomer pencil, which I love, Pentel Matte Top Black, and these bits here, I did those with some, you know, those Bible gel highlighters, and I'm really pleased with how they come out. And I've done some shading on top with pencil, and I do want to make a video on using the gel highlighters, or how I'm sort of using them, investigating, learn with me basically on to find out what you can do with them. But clearly you can put pencil on the top. Not that many layers from what I've tested out, but a couple of layers, 2-3 layers I suppose would be okay. But yeah, I'm quite pleased with all my pencil work. It does take ages, you know, these shelf pages per month, because most of this is pencil, and yeah, I do take my time with it. I've definitely improved over the years with my pencil colouring, I think. You may disagree, but I think I have. There's some glaze pen here. I love using the black glaze pen. But yeah, that's it. So that's that one, August. And then next I have the Weird and Wonderful colouring book, and if you saw my flip through of this book, then you will have seen this page. So this is by Storm's Eye Design. She kindly sent this book to me to share on the channel, and it's Emma E. Peters, also known as Emma Peters. So the page I did in here was this lovely dragon page. I think this is such a beautifully drawn page. Just love the way that just so elegant, this dragon, and also all the foliage and the flowers around it and the border. I think everything about it just works for me anyway. So I used Cosmic Shimmer Sparkle Paste, and that's basically these little blobs or circles that you can see. I just wanted something a little bit sparkly in the background, so that's that. White gel pen, which you can see around these bits here. I did use alcohol marker for the background, so all of this is alcohol markers, you can see. And then I used the alcohol blender solution here, which gives you these lighter bits here, and then I put some white gel pen around, dots around it, just to make it a little bit more interesting, I suppose. Posca pencils, Brute Funa Macrons, Holbein pencils, Polly's, Langua gel pens, Langua sparkle pens, Jelly Roll black glaze, and also the Derwent light fast pencils, which are really great, one of my favourites. This is, what is it? Oh yeah, it's the unicorn paints, which I don't think to have written down. I always forget something. But these are the, I think they are the unicorn paints, which are beautiful. Really, really pretty. I don't think you can get them anymore. They were, I think, Lizzie's Studio, I think they're called. Or they're by Lizzie's Studio UK on Etsy. If you're interested, you can have a look, but the last time I checked, they were not available. They weren't being sold there. I couldn't find them anywhere. So all of this bit here that you can see with the leaves, that's the Langua gel pens. which I love the matte finish. It's just really stunning against the sort of the other parts of the page. But yep, do like that. I think the colours work fairly well together. I like my dragon the best though. I think I've done a fairly good job on that, especially the shading here. But it just takes such a long time, these pages. So that's the Weird and Wonderful colouring book. I wish I was a little bit faster with my colouring, but I suppose it's enjoying the process, isn't it, as well. Next book, Jagan, and I did the emus. So, oh, that's from a previous time. So this is the page. Now, I did add a lot of stuff on this. Let's bring you in just a little bit, that's it. So I used the Ohuhu alcohol markers, as you can see on the mountains. Artex pencils, Languor gel pens, glaze pens. These here are on the mountains. I've put some ice white circles. They're the confetti, the Nuvo confetti ice white circles. I think they're by, who are they by? I don't really know actually. Should I check? Let me have a check. Yeah. It just says Nuvo, which I suppose I said already. So it's by Nuvo, Nuvo. So the Nuvo Confetti Ice White Circles, I think it came in a pack. I bought them quite a while ago, but that's what all the shiny business there is. And then Uniball Silver Gel Pens, which you can see, I suppose, here. I sort of used a confetti and then missed one out and just put a Uniball Silver Gel Pen, metallic, next to it, and then another confetti and then the gel pen, just to sort of not overdo it. But then you might think I've overdone it anyway, but basically I just wanted to do it that way, so I'm not using too much of the confetti circles, I suppose, as well. What else? Metallic paints, the Art Spirits Gold, which I think I've used here on the, I think the emus, could be wrong. Finetech Orange Paint. I've called it the Finetech Orange Paint because I'm not sure what the name is. But I suppose I can have a look. Let's see. Oh yes. So this is the Finetech paint, and then it's this one here. And I don't, whoops, let's just dismantle the entire thing. I don't really know what that is called, but it is in the Finetech palette. This is like about £90 or £95 now. When I bought it quite a few years ago, I think it was about 70. So talk about inflation. But where are we? Okay, what else did I use? The Graby acrylic gel pens, should I say? No, the Graby acrylic pens, not gel pens. They're actually the acrylic markers. The Sakura metallic gel pens, the Karin Deco Gel Milky Way pens, and the Renaissance paints as well. So the Renaissance paints are actually the Countdown to Christmas. The sort of the colour shift ones there. They're on the clouds, and then I did use white gel pen over them. I hope you can see the slight colours in there. Like that's like an orange, and that's like a lilac colour. But yeah, there's a lot of mediums on here. As you know, if you follow my channel, which I know is not doing particularly well, and that's something that I will speak about in my colouring chat. It is really quite disappointing, but I'll talk about that then. I really like how I've done this bit here, you know, in the background, the greenery, like and then it sort of fades into this brown. I really like how I've done that. I think that looks quite nice. But if you follow my channel, you know that I use quite a lot of different mediums. It's just fun, and variety is just the spice of life, isn't it? So, and it's just fun not just using one medium, for me anyway. And then I did use black glaze pen for the eyes there. Oh gosh, we're on 15 minutes already, so I've been talking way too much, haven't I? Anyway, I wanted to go over, like, so some of you do say that you like it when I do explain what I've used. So I have gone over all the black lines. That's what takes quite a lot of time, but it's quite relaxing, so I don't mind doing that. And there's a lot of the Carin Deco gel pens here that I've used. Those are the Milky Way gel pens. They are very expensive. I got them quite a few years ago, but they work really well, except for one which did leak everywhere, which is annoying, but they are really good gel pens. And that's it. Yeah, that's that one. I hope I haven't gone on about that page too much. So that's J Gun, and then, or is it Jew Gun? Sorry, Jew Gun I'm supposed to say. Right, and the next one is the Cat Flower Path by Aikawa Sora. The ISBN is there. You can get this from Amazon Japan if you are interested. And I did the double page, so I did start this in July with watercolour pencils. Not watercolour pencils, sorry, watercolour paints. Might need to come out a little bit here so you can see the entire double. I used various watercolour paints. I really enjoyed using the Woomer watercolour palette, Paul Rubens Light Wish, I can't remember which one it was, Artex Light Fast pencils, the Derwent drawing pencils, the Languo gel pens for the going over the lines and for small details, Staedtler fine liner pens and Languo glitter gel pens, and the Zig Real brush pens. So Zig Real brush pens I used to intensify the colours over the watercolour paint areas and to add more colour, I suppose. And then I used pencils for depth and things. I particularly used it over the flowers as well. But this double page did take time, but it's so satisfying when you've completed it. You can see the Languo glitter gel pens here, and I did try to fade out the colour further, you know, for the flowers that are further away. I think that's how you do it, but you know, I'm no artist, so but I think as you go further away the colours are lighter when things are far away. I might be wrong on that, but that's how I did it. And then yeah, I'm just giving you a close-up now, but honestly this paper works really well with water-based mediums. And I did the little cat in black this time. I know he's sort of ginger here, and in other places I have done him like a tabby cat, but I'm not bothered about using the same colours, you know, for the cat throughout the whole book. I like to just change it up a bit, but really pleased with this. It's such a beautiful book, this. Really like it. So that's that one. Not much to say apart from watercolour really does speed up your colouring. You can see here I really enjoy using the Staedtler fine liners to bring out the blades of grass, which is what I've tried to do in areas. I could have spent longer on this page, even though it took me like 2 months, but I could have spent longer, but I thought, no, I've got other pages to do. So that's that one. So it is by Aikawa Sora, if you're interested. And then the next one is the Tomislav Tomic book. So this one, if you've watched my August update, you'll see me working on here. So this is a double page as well, and this took a while as well, but I used the Japanese muted paints. Let's see, can I see it somewhere here? Don't know if I've got it out. Let me see. How come you can never find anything? Actually, here it is. I found it. Just when I was complaining. So it's these ones. I did see these on the lovely Connie's channel a while ago now. I did get these from Amazon Japan, and they are gorgeous paints. I'm not sure what the name is. I know one or two of you have asked me for the link, so I'll try to find it. And I think I think in the August update video, I think I am going to put the link in just in case you're interested, because they are a little bit difficult to find sometimes. So those were the Japanese muted paints, and then the Woomer paints, oil pastels, just those were basically for the main areas. So I use watercolour and the oil pastels particularly in the sky, because I couldn't add, when you can't add any more colour to something because for whatever reason, like I added some pencil shading, but it just wasn't enough. There wasn't enough of a difference. Then I add oil pastel, because that definitely does really stand out. So you can see that there's more depth here on the edge here. So I added oil pastel. I think I just used the higher oil pastels that were sent to me a while ago. Distress inks I used for the stonework, you know, to give that stonework look, you know, with the patches and stuff and the texture and all of that sort of stuff. Derwent Lightfast pencils, Polychromos, Languor acrylic paint pens. No, I mean the Languor gel pens. Oh yeah, the acrylic paint pens as well. So these were these ones, which I've only got a few packs of. I got the colourful black and I got the browns and the greys, because those were the ones that I lack in many of my other acrylic paint pen set. And Art Spirits Gold, I think it was the yellow gold paint that I used from the Art Spirits. I think her golds are absolutely stunning, as you can see. So I did that for the gateway and some of the other little detailing bits and bobs, and super golden markers, Albert Dürer watercolour pencils, Sparks aquarelle paints. The Sparks aquarelle paints you can see are on the eggs, I think. Gansai Tambi opal paints, I think, are on the clouds, I believe there, just behind the buildings. And the Art Spirit Sage Green, where did I use that? That's here, can you see there? It's absolutely stunning colour, stunning paint. I think it's Sage Green watercolour paint, so if you're interested in that one, that's Art Spirits Etsy. And I put it here on these birds as well. I hope you can see that. But yeah, it did take a while, this double page, but I'm fairly pleased with how it's come out. It's bound to take a long time, isn't it? It's very detailed, it's a double page, but it's definitely worth doing, and I did enjoy colouring this double page. So it's no wonder, is it, how many pages I get done, because I do use a lot of mediums and it does take me a fair amount of time. So that's that one by Tomislav Tomic. So that's that. And then Spooky Colouring. So this was Adventures of Witch Cat by Sarah Zuzik, and hope I've said that right. If not, I do apologise. So this was sent to me by the publishers, Page Street Publishing. So thank you very much for this. And so I did do a page in here, and it was this one, and I I actually worked on this one at the lakes, and I'll show you the other one. So I worked on this one at the lakes when we went recently, and this one, and of course you can understand why I worked on this one at the lakes, because, well, it just reminds me of the Lake District. You've got a river going through there, I think. And I used the phosphorescent watercolour paints, which is by Paul Rubens, which I cannot find anywhere. I don't know if you can pick up the very subtle shimmer that you can see all over the page, even here on little Delilah, the cat. And yeah, that's the phosphorescent watercolour paints. The Woomer watercolour paints, Graeby acrylic paint pens, Albert Dürer watercolour pencils, Renaissance Colours Countdown to Christmas, the greens here on the moon. I decided to do the moon's green just to show that she's in the cat is in like a strange place. Definitely not the Lake District, but it looks like it to me. This part anyway. And then gel pens, the Language gel pens, Art Spirits Tin Man watercolour paint, which I used on the stars. And then I waited till I got home and used the oil pastels to make this glow and put it on the mountain, a bit in the water and on the clouds and things and around the moon. So yeah, I really enjoyed doing this page actually. It's really nice. It does bleed through fair amount, you can see, but it doesn't really matter because there's not an image on the other side. There's just the text, which I can still read, so that's not a problem. But yeah, definitely enjoyed doing this page. That's another one. And that was my first page in this new book, which is out on the 22nd of September, I think, in the UK, but it's already out in the US. And then the last one that I worked on at the Lake District was this one, which is Townscapes one, which is from Amazon Japan as well. One of my favourite books and another focus book for this year. And I did a very, very detailed page, but then again, they're all detailed in here. I did this one. So I did use, for the background, alcohol markers. I think this is in my update video as well. So you can see I used it on the trees and the background pretty much. And Distress ink, oil pastels, Language gel pens, Polly's Arteza pencils, light fast pencils, Staedtler fine liners, Jelly Roll glaze, Art Spirits yellow gold watercolour paint, Sparks aquarelle paints, and the Derwent drawing pencils. I thought that the greens and the orangey browns would go really well together, so those were the main colours that I used, although there are, you know, little bits of purples, pinks and green. Oh, sorry, green's obviously a main colour, but the purples, the pinks, I used blues, a little bit of blue here and there, but the main colours really were the brown, oranges and the green. I thought it goes quite well, but this background was alcohol marker and then, like I said, distress ink and oil pastels to get this sort of blotchy effect, which I quite like. And you can see that this was one which I don't really go over the lines, just because it's so detailed and there's so many tiny details that it would just take far too long. And yeah, I think it just looks fine the way it is because it's so detailed. I think I require it to be a bit more, leave it a bit more defined, so I leave the lines in. But this is definitely one of my favourite books, and I've done quite a few pages in it. Let me know if you're interested in seeing all my completed pages in this book. I could actually finish the book in another year, I think, if I kept my focus on it, and it would be a great achievement because it is a really detailed book. So if you're interested in seeing a video of all my completed pages in this Townscapes book, let me know in the comments. That would be great. So yes, let me know also which was your favourite page from this month, if you have one. And yeah, until next time guys, hope you enjoyed this completed pages video for August. Until next time, take care, happy colouring, and see you in the next video. Bye.